Hello Year 12, I hope you're well and I hope your families are well as well. Just thought I'd record this little video just to keep in touch really, and just to make sure that as we move into further work on our course and trying not to get behind, that I gave you a little bit of a briefing on what you're about to head into, and hopefully you can keep in touch and ask questions and we can keep the course progressing. First thing I've done is to move us this lesson into the 2.3 section, which is really to give you a sense that we're moving on in the course and that we're exploring new areas. This is an area that is easier for me to set remotely, so it's a lot more practical as well, and gives you a chance to play around with some programming tasks as well. First thing in this section, you'll notice what I call the Bible, the algorithm guide. This is a Craig and Dave guide that is available on Amazon, but we have a free license to provide you with a copy. I'd recommend downloading the PDF so you've got a copy locally on your computer, but the entire PDF is stored on this OneNote page. Now, where I've referred to the guide, I've actually given you logical page numbers and also the page number in the PDF, so you can jump directly to particular sections. And the first part of the task for Monday is to go through and have a little bit of a scan through the guide. And I just want to point out to you at the very beginning is that there is a table at the top which shows all of the different things in this guide. And the important column here is actually this third column, which shows you what is in our A level. Now, over here in the OneNote 2.3 section, I've given you obviously a link to this guide, and I've also given you a little introduction to dynamic data structures. So how we take static data types like the basic ones we use in programming and turn them into more complex types, which we've explored a little bit through our use of classes. What I want you to work on today is the idea of binary trees. So you've got a little workbook that's been distributed through. The idea is to go and use the guide and use the web to fill in some definitions and then to try and draw yourself a tree. That's essentially it. So build some information up. Lots of examples out there on the web, and I want you to try and create your own using draw.io. So in draw.io you can represent the nodes using shapes with text and then hover over these little blue markers on the edge of the shapes to draw the links between the items. So up here you can change to a different style of arrow and see which ones you prefer. Okay, this is a pretty good one. And that allows you to link the items together so you can show the flow of the different nodes and the relationships between them. On the way through, scan through the initial pages of the guide to look at the very basic data structures before you reach the binary tree section on page 15. And this will give you a large amount of information that you need in order to be able to help work through. Now, a lot of the work you're going to be doing programming-wise on this section is going to be based in .NET Fiddle.NET. I'm going to be providing some share links like this to allow you to start off with code that I've provided. There's absolutely no reason why you can't extract the code from the class and run it in proper Visual Studio if you prefer. The other thing I'd recommend if you're using .NET Fiddle is to actually log in, because it means that it will remember and you can save your current work that you're doing. You can press the little share link. That'll give you a web link which you can post back to me, and I can then look directly at your code and see it running, which is a really useful way of debugging code when we're not in the classroom together. So when we get to Tuesday and Friday's lessons and lessons on from there, watch out for these web links. In a lot of cases, I've deliberately mucked up. The idea is for you to go through and correct the code. Most of the code will be based on the Visual Basic versions of the algorithms that are provided in the Craig and Dave algorithm guide. So you can use these to help you to correct the code if you're not quite sure. Make sure that you ask questions if you need any support. Otherwise, stay safe, hope your family are well, and try and keep your studies on track as we go through to the point where we can actually get back into the classroom again. Take care, bye-bye.